Announcer Kianda Edmondsonis suing the father of her child, Quinnell Breeden, for maliciously filing a false restraining order. Greater than Judge Judy. Ms. Edmondson. I have certain direct questions for you for which I would like direct answers. You and the defendant they have a child together, correct? Greater than Judge Judy, that child is a boy or a girl? Girl, greater than Judge Judy. How old is she? She's 3. Greater than Judge Judy. Did you and the defendant ever live together? We did. Greater than Judge Judy. For how long? Think it was 2 years? Greater than Judge Judy. Did you live at Togathar after the child was born? No. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Until what age was the child when you separated? I think she weighs about 4 months. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, you have another child, a boy. Correct. Greater than Judge Judy. And how old is that child? When we were greater than Judge Judy. How old now? Judge Judy. How old now? He's 10. Greater than Judge Judy. Do you work? No. Greater than Judge Judy. How do you support yourself? I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I also greater than Judge Judy. Well, stay-at-home moms get money from someplace. Greater than I make hair products. Greater than Judge Judy. Make hair products. Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Where? In soaps at home. Greater than Judge Judy that you sell. Yes. Greater than. Judge Judy, is that your only source of income? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, when you and Mr. Breeden were living together, was he working? Yes, he was. Greater than Judge Judy, and was he supporting you? He was helping, yes. Greater than Judge Judy during the course of 2 years that you were living together. Did he ever take your 10-year-old boy out for an afternoon? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Did they play games together? Correct. Greater than Judge Judy. What kind of games did they play together? Basketball, chess, football? Greater than Judge Judy. Would you say that? During the time that you lived together, did you ever have ocasión to see Mr. Breeden preparation with your son? No. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, when your daughter was born, did Mr. Breeden get to the hospital with you? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Did he bring your daughter home from the hospital? Correct. Greater than Judge Judy. Did he still continue to work? Correct. Greater than Judge Judy, and then you separated. And when you separated, it appears to me based upon's complaint that you filled that you would occasionally bring both children. Your son, who was close to him, and your daughter to visit with him where he was living. Where was he living? He was living with a friend about 5 minutes away from my home. Greater than Judge Judy. And was there ever a time thought your son and your daughter spent the night at his house? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Frequently. Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. How frequently? At least once. A week? Greater than sometimes. It would be once a week. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, there came a time. Date of which is September the 15th, and he had the children. And you were going for a family picnic. Greater than I had the children. Greater than Judge Judy, you had their children. Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. So you were taking both children. A family picnic at whose house? Mr. Breeden's house. Greater than Judge Judy. And when you got there, you saw a woman leaving, correct? Greater than Judge Judy, and you and Mr. Breeden got into an argument. That's a yes. Greater than yes. Greater than Judge Judy. You left, came back, left, came back. You finally came back and picked up your son. Correct. Greater than Judge Judy, and how? Many hours after Yahoo had dropped your son off there, did you come and pick him up? It wasn't hours. It was pretty much right after. Greater than Judge Judy. So right after its argument about seeing this other woman, you drove off and then you came back and picked up your son, correct? Greater than Judge Judy. But you left your daughter there? Correct? Greater than Judge Judy. Did you come back for her that day? I did not. It was greater than Judge Judy. The answer is no. Greater than no. Greater than Judge Judy. How long did Mr. Breeden have your daughter? 3 weeks. Greater than Judge Judy. Now that I have a background settled, this is what the case is about. It is your claim that Mr. Breeden filed a false protective order against you for harassment, correct? Greater than Judge Judy, and the nature of the harassment, he says, was in part that you kept calling the policito make checks on the welfare of your daughter. Correct? Greater than Judge Judy. How many times? Because he has the documents. Would you say you called Policeto make a welfare check and your daughter? Pretty much every day. Greater than Judge Judy? For 3 weeks? No. Greater than Judge Judy? For how long? It might have been a week and a half. Greater than Judge Judy. Has Mr. Breeden ever called the policito make a welfare check and his daughter while his daughter was in your home? He has. Greater than Judge Judy? When? It's probably April. Greater than Judge Judy, April of 2019. Kianda Edmondson, saced father of her child, Quinel Breeden, maliciously filed a false restraining order against her. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, did you, Calth Policito, make a welfare check? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Tell me why. Greater than, well, it was my turn. According to the custody agreement, it was my turn to get my daughter on Friday. She told me I could get her. And then when I got there, she wouldn't let me get her. So I had to call the police so that they could document incident so that I could use it in court. Greater than Judge Judy. Why didn't you let him take his daughter in April? I don't recall him coming to pick her. Opened me not letting him get her. Greater than Judge Judy. Well, do you have a report with you? I do not. Greater than Judge Judy. I'm going to handle your case very fast. Greater than okay. Greater than Judge Judy. The black and white information that we have here is clear. You were together for at least 2 years, living together. You had a son that he triadized his own. You allowed him to take out privately? That you had never an issue with him taking care of? That's your 10-year-old. You went to the hospital, had your baby. He was there. He helped take care of the baby when you were home, and you got into a snip because you saw another woman coming out of his house. As a result of that, you left, and you left. And you left your 3-year-old with him for 3 weeks. Greater than no. It's not leave my 3-year-old with him for 3 weeks. He kept her. Greater than Judge Judy. You didn't come back for her for the day. Greater than it was his day. Greater than Judge Judy. Just a second. Greater than, legally, what our agreement? It was his day, so that's why I left her there. Greater than Judge Judy. Yeah, so what you did was you called the police, who have a lot of business to deal with. Serious business. People who were robbed and mugged and burglarized and had things stolen, you know? Serious assaults and other things. And you called to harass him, having the police go and make a welfare check on your daughter, suggesting Thoth might do something to her, or she might be in some kind of danger. Greater than no. That's not correct. Greater than Judge Judy? Well, then you give me a reason you called the police to go and do a welfare check. You told me for a week. Every day. You tell me why. Greater than, well, because he was supposito bring her back on Monday. Greater than Judge Judy? That's not all fair check. That's going to the court and saying, I want to enforce my order. That's not a welfare check. A welfare check is something else. A welfare check is, I think my child is at risk. Well, I didn't know whether she was at risk or not because I hadn't seen her. And I hadn't talked to her for a whole week. Greater than Judge Judy. Well, now, Yakno, my feeling about people who abuse a system because police are soup to seto spend their time doing what they're supposed to do to protect the public. And you're being in a snip beckos. Your ex-boyfriend may have a new girlfriend is not. A reason for the police eto? Go out 6 times or 7 times or 8 times to do a welfare check over nonsense. Over you being in a snit, Greater than well, you can call it an incense if you want to. But greater than Judge Judy over Yao being in a snit. Over you being in a snit Beckos. He has a new girlfriend. Greater than well. Reader than Judge Judy. Your case is dismissed. Goodbye. Greater than. Okay. Greater than bird. Parties are excused. You may step out.